My name is James Williams Jr. I wanted to address this, because it's important to me. Might not be important to y'all, but it's important to me. All right. As you know, I'm very proud of my Cherokee heritage, and I'm very ashamed of my white heritage sometimes. I think it's been one of those flip flop things. I'm proud of my black heritage sometimes. That's also a flip flop thing. The only time I'm not proud of my black or white heritage is when black and white people continuously do stupid shit. Not to say that Native Americans are not without sin, but their sins you rarely hear about. But what you do hear about is when things like pipelines cut through the tribe. When you hear desperate things that is needed to hear, you know, it never makes me more prouder to be part Cherokee Indian. The problem is simply this. I watched the Donald Trump campaign. Most of it. I didn't watch it from the beginning, but the second that he started saying racial shit about immigrants being murderers and rapists and drug dealers, and then he started talking about Muslims and all this other shit, I started paying attention. Alright? When you don't start paying attention to things, you fall behind the gap. Now, I learned most of my details about the pipeline through, like most of you, Facebook and YouTube. Now, I will say this, because this is important as hell. Multimedia and social media things are always going to be around. And they're always going to be up to speed to where you have to adjust your life. When this pipeline thing came up last year, no one was really into it on it. And then they did a commercial with Donald Trump who said something about nobody called them until they decided that they were going to run it through the reservation. Okay, one, you have money. Two, you're a lying sack of dick tips in a box of ass hats. For one, when you were running your campaign, the first thing you said was, I don't have any investment involved in that pipeline. I don't think it should go through. There's video of that. You guys can find it. All you gotta do is know where to look. And two, the first thing you said that if you win, you were gonna show us your tax returns and that you were gonna rescind the fucking order for the pipeline. Well, you got one down. You did rescind the order for the pipeline, but you didn't show us your tax return. And you're an asshat. And Kellyanne Conway ain't no damn better. And I don't know what deal you made with the devil so that the Lakota people have to suffer because of rich people with money who don't give a damn about the treaties. When the hell did America lose its honor? When? When did we lose our honor? As a former member of the United States military, when the fuck did integrity and honor walk out the door? When? Oh, I know when. When asshats who have money and power took control and decided, because veterans were standing against this. And now they're trying to get the Army engineers to fucking redo this pipeline and cut through the land and basically say fuck the Lakota Indians and all this shit. Now, tribes are coming together at an accentuated rate to make sure that this shit doesn't happen. If I had the money and the resources to carry my ass to North Dakota and South Dakota, I would be there already instead of where I am now. And I can't just up and leave my job because, as understanding as my boss is, bills don't stop. Alright? I'm not a rich actor. I'm not even a working actor. I'm a YouTube entertainer who has 21 followers. Alright? So from the fucking heart, straight up and down, some of these rich people who have families and everything, some of them don't seem to understand it, Back before Native Americans had rights, we had this land. Back before we lost to superior weaponry, we had this land. And we held the line. Sorry, I had to take that from one of the Mass Effect Solarians. And we did hold the line. But once superior weaponry came into play, there became a little bit of a problem. Alright? And then there was politics. Geronimo, Cochise, they fought for Apache rights. They fought to save Apache land. And in the end, they wound up losing and being shipped from the Midwest to the East Coast on Florida on a reservation, a hunk of fucking dirt with Great Bear and other tribes where there was tribal unity by course and by force and not by choice. The Apache loved the wild. Same with the Pueblo, same with the Sioux, same with the Cheyenne. And there were treaties made to be honored until the end of time, basically, is the lie, apparently, that we told them. When I joined the military, we had warrior ethos. I'm not going to read them out loud because I don't know who's watching me, and I don't want some terrorist to know our secrets to get into our thing. But integrity is on here. Personal courage, honor, respect, and loyalty. I'm not going to give the other ones because I gave too much already. This warrior ethos never leaves my wallet. It never leaves my heart. It never leaves my desire to do better for my people. Whether those people are black, white, or Native American. I put on these dog tags to honor my brothers that are still enlisted, to honor my sisters that are still enlisted, to honor every soldier that has lost their fucking life. While you rich bureaucratic motherfuckers decide, hey, let's take some more land from the Cherokee. Let's take some more land from the Tappahannock. Let's take some more land from the Lakota Sioux, from the Cheyenne, from the Apache, from every fucking tribe that we can find. After all, you guys did rob the Manhattan Indians of Manhattan. You know, let's be fair and let's be honest here. There was treaties made back in 1904. There was treaties made back in 1924. There were treaties made that once we got reservations, you had no ties to them. And then your laws didn't apply to reservation laws. And reservation laws, they had their own cops, they had their own facilities. And here you are blasting us with water cannons, sicking dogs on our land, and you're arresting us for trespassing. But yet, men can commit murder and get slaps on the wrist. Immigrants can blow up cars and you blame them for shit. But Muslims can blow up cars and you blame them. Well, just understand that those are rogue factions. Those are not motherfuckers that represent every Muslim. I served with some Muslims. They're cool. Okay? If they're willing to die for this country, you should be willing to die for this country too. But you should never be willing to take land from fellow Americans, especially fellow Americans whose ancestors were on that land before your ancestors stepped foot on this entire state of America. Now, I know that probably didn't make a lot of sense to y'all, but in some strange form or another, it makes plenty of sense to the Cherokee people, to the Tappahannock people, to the Native American population of Powhatan and all the East, West, and Mid-Eastern and Western Coast Native Americans. But for you people who have money, who desecrate sacred lands, who take sacred rocks and destroy them, you have no understanding of what's it like to be one with the earth. Destroying the earth doesn't make you one with the earth. Destroying the earth makes you a part of the problem. Now, I'm not going to preach the Captain Planet speech about being a planeteer, because yes, I was a Captain Planet fan. But what you fail to understand is this. When you destroy one part of the earth, you destroy more than one part of the earth. What affects one part affects the other part, and it's just a matter of time before shit hits the fan. Now, before I close out, I want to remind you of a former idol of mine that I don't idolize anymore because of his little woman abuse accusations and shit. And if you notice, his movies haven't been big time. There was a movie called On Deadly Ground with Steve Seagal and Joan Chen. As much as I love Joan Chen, she is not a Native American. But, you know, she played a Native American. And since Native Americans are Asian, it kind of works itself out. But I will say this. On Deadly Ground, it's basically the same bullshit that's going on with that pipeline. The difference is, in the movies, the good guys win. In reality, the bad guys are winning right now. So I begged and I plead and I will do it again to the famous Native American actors who are actually working, get your asses out there. Graham Greene, Adam Beach. You guys are two of the most famous Native American actors that I know. Not personally, but I do know. Benjamin Bratt, I believe you're Native American. I'm not going to swear to it, but, y'all got the power, man. Get the hell out there. Joan Chen, you played a Native American, you're just as good. So, get out there. And Vivian Wu, who played Little Drum Beater, get out there and do this thing. Right now. I'm James Williams Jr. And for the Lakota people, I say stop the fucking pipeline. You guys have no right to touch Lakota land. And since Donald Trump is the asshat president that rescinded the protection order from Obama, one day you won't be president. And one day you're going to need help from the government. And I hope the only people you can turn to is Lakota Sioux Indians. And I hope they lay in wait as whatever your problem is lays you down to rest. I'm James Williams Jr. This is Kung Fu Epic number 2. Be seeing you. In fact, sooner or later, the little cycle of karma is going to come back around on Agent Orange. And when it does, I hope everything that you've done to everybody in some evil light comes back to bite. I'm James Williams Jr. This is Kung Fu Epic number 2. Be seeing you.